Hi, Maria.
Hi, Renzo.
Let me tell you something. Before we start today's episode of Just the Spanish Phrase, I need to ask you, do you just get tired of all the nonsense that's going on in the news these days sometimes?
No, never.
No,
I'm
never?
always happy. And of course, I do get tired.
Oh, I don't
Who
believe you. I don't
doesn't?
believe you for a second. So let's just pretend, play along with me, that
Okay.
sometimes you get fed up. You fed up with all the crazy things that you see in the news. And do you ever feel like you just don't want to deal with it anymore?
I do all the time. I feel that's what I call, I know this is not the expression we're going to use today, but that's sometimes I call hombre avestruz or mujer avestruz, like ostrich
Ostrich
woman.
woman?
Like I
Because
feel
you
like,
bury your head in the
yes, I
sand?
feel like burying my head in the sand and not knowing what is
Yeah.
happening and just learning the basics through my friends.
Yeah, exactly. And in the spirit of digging your head into the sand like an ostrich, is there a phrase that would encapsulate that about not caring, about just saying,
Well, let me think. And while I think, why don't you introduce our show?
okay, well, this is Just a Spanish Phrase, the companion podcast to News in Slow Spanish. Of course, News in Slow Spanish is where you can learn Spanish through current events. But here, in Just a Spanish Phrase, we dissect, we dig into the origins of popular Spanish expressions and let you know how they work and where they come from. So, today's expression, something that lets you say that you just don't care anymore.
Me importa un bledo.
Ding, 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 ding. That's today's expression. Me importa un bledo. Do you know in English what we would say?
I don't give I only know the expression with a bad word.
Oh, okay. How about just I don't give a damn?
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that a bad word too?
Well, it's not a soft word, but I think we can allow it here.
I mean, if our politicians say all kinds of
Oh, yes.
words
No.
on TV, I think we can say I don't give a damn.
We can say I don't give a damn. We can say even softer, I don't give a hoot.
I don't know. I have an issue with those with like
Euphemisms?
Yes. Like oh, fudge.
Fudge.
It's like, oh, seriously? You either say the word or you say something completely different. But I have a hard time understanding saying things halfway.
Right. So yeah, you say it all the way and you don't care about the consequences, which means you don't give a damn. No te importa un bledo.
Me importa un bledo. So what are the things that you don't give a damn about?
Oh, so many these days. Well, that's why I asked you about if you ever get tired of stuff, because sometimes I do care. I often care, but there comes a point where I become overwhelmed, where there's too much, and I just have to say, right now, no me importa un bledo. I don't give a damn about this.
Yeah,
I'm just going
because
to
you're
take a
like
break.
burned out and you need a break. But I'm more curious about some of the things that you have never cared about. Like, to give you an
Oh,
example,
interesting.
I've never cared about royalty. Like the prince.
Like monarchs and
yeah, the private lives of monarchs. Me importa un bledo, whatever William and Harry and the other lady and the other lady. Like, why would I care about their private lives? I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Me importa un bledo, contemporary pop music.
Oh.
I know. Hey, listen.
Are you including My Dear Benito, Bad Bunny in there?
No, I was thinking more like Taylor Swift. No offense to Taylor and all the Swifties out there, right? The fans. But I guess my musical tastes are stuck in a few decades ago. And I just
But
don't
that's
give a
at
damn.
least you tried, because I did listen to Taylor Swift and I just like, yeah, that's not for me, but I did listen to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll listen
So
to it if it comes on the radio.
you did care a little bit.
Okay, so that doesn't
What
qualify.
about sports? I know a lot of people who sports is like me importa un bledo. I have a friend who says sports is a bunch of millionaires running around chasing a ball. It's like, why would I care about a bunch of millionaires chasing a ball?
Well,
it's like, oh my God, that's sports.
Quite literally the description of many sports. Yeah.
It is.
I have to say, okay, this is a good one. Me importa un bledo los deportes, sports, except every 4 years.
The World Cup. La Copa del Mundo, de fútbol.
Yes. But in between the World Cup, I me importa un bledo. I don't care about the soccer leagues. I don't follow them. I don't give a hoot.
Me importa un bledo el turismo de masas. Like the big destinations that everybody wants to go and wait in line, or, oh, this is the latest restaurant. You have to go wait in line to try that cookie. Me importa un bledo. If I have to wait in line for anything, I just, next.
So you're telling me that we're never going to see you in Italy doing that picture where you're pretending to hold up the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
You're never going to see me doing that.
Te importa un bledo.
I do go visit. Usually, I go to Europe in the winter because nobody goes there.
So you're really avoiding
the
mass tourism.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good. Very good examples of not giving a hoot, not giving a damn about things. So where does this expression come from? Do you know, by the way? Bledo. What is a bledo?
That's a good one. I don't know.
I didn't know until I dug into this expression. So I found out that bledo is actually a vegetable.
What?
Yes, it's from the amaranth family. In English, a wild chard. Have you know chard? In Spanish, acelga. It's a vegetable.
Yes, like a green.
Yes.
Okay.
And amaranth is a grain that is produced by this plant. But in this family of the amaranth family, in Spanish, bledo is a vegetable that grows often wild, and farmers would often find it in their fields uninvited. In other words, a weed.
Oh, so they have to get rid of it.
Get rid of it. But also it was edible. It's a vegetable. You can use it. And in some cultures, amaranth is actually very popular. But this expression, coming from medieval European agricultural tradition, is talking about the bledo, this vegetable, as a weed, something that was uninvited in the fields. It was edible. It could even be sold at the market, but it was the most undesirable.
I don't give a broccoli.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that, because I grew up saying, no me importa un bledo, but I also remember, no me importa un pepino. Have you heard that?
Un pepino, yes, a cucumber.
A cucumber, which I think is so wrong, because I love cucumbers.
I love cucumber. I love all veggies. Is there a veggie that te importa un bledo?
Ooh. I used to not care about beets, remolachas.
I used to hate beets, and now I love them. I do have beets tzatziki. Okay, that's a whole other conversation.
Wow. But a vegetable that I don't give, no me importa un bledo. That's tricky. Maybe like turnips?
Okay. But going back to the origin.
Yes. So medieval Europe, farmers plowing their fields, harvesting. And of course, every year you would find some bledo, some amaranth, some of this wild chard, and you could eat it. You could sell it, but it was the most undesirable, cheapest vegetable. So that's where we got the expression, me importa un bledo, because it means something not valuable, something not worth your time.
Interesting. Well, talking about time, something I hope you care about is language learning. And we invite you to check all the other expressions that we have. And if you want to discuss the origin or the uses of these expressions in Spanish, we invite you to use Rooms. It's a feature of our program News in Slow Spanish, and it's a feature only for subscribers. So you can actually have a conversation in Spanish with fellow subscribers and talk about these expressions or about any other topic you care about or you don't care about. If you want to talk about something that no te importa un bledo, feel free.
Yeah, and nothing beats using one of these expressions in a real natural conversation in Rooms. So one last thing before we go. There is a movie that you have probably heard about that popularized this expression in Spanish. Gone with the Wind.
What? Wait. But that movie is not in Spanish. You mean the translation of the movie?
Exactly. So, what was her name? The protagonist, Scarlett O'Hara. In English, she famously says, "Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." The Spanish translation was,
Me importa un bledo, querido.
Exactly.
Like that?
Just like that.
I love it.
And that's why we have this expression in contemporary culture. It's so popular because of that film.
All right. So, with that note, thank you so much for coming to Just a Spanish Phrase, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.